Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. I know there's a bunch of watching the team down the road playing today, but for those who are with us, we want to say thank you for joining us. It is I, the Southern Gooner. We have Darren in the building. We've got my main man who's been putting in the ship the last couple of days. I watched him early today with brother Deji. Classic, classic combo those two are, boy. And he's in the building with one with yours truly. My man Tony Clark Gunner TV is in the building. We'll have brother Static as well, and Monty will be joining us shortly as well. Shout out to everybody in the chat. The brother Carl Rossi is making the rounds, keeping everything in order. Mama Flossie is in the building. Always good to see you, ma'am. And also here to there is in the building as well. Gentlemen, it's been a minute since we last talked, and a lot has transpired since the last time we've talked. And I think a lot is going to transpire again when we talk in a couple of weeks or what have you. Let's go ahead and let's get things right down to business. This past week's game, Aston Villa was not the optimum performance, but let's just be frank, gentlemen. We all knew that the luck was going to eventually run out. We were eventually going to be at the table in Las Vegas with no money, and we got to go home to the wife and explain it. We knew that we were riding on E. We had a nail in the tire. Just we knew at some point it was going to the gig was going to be up, and we saw that last week against Aston Villa. And gentlemen, I had been telling people all year that was unsustainable. And what I saw in that game, there was two major things that stood out to me in that game, Darren and Tony. Two major things. And one was Odegaard pulled out of a challenge. He pulled out of a challenge. I mean, a grown man. He pulled out of a challenge. And I just, the pain. You want your players to fight. Even if we go down swinging, fight. And to watch him pull out of a tackle. Well, we needed something at that time. I'd sit on the broadcast with Ola and Lee. I said, for me, I'd have to sit him down by 4 games just for that. That you have, if you're going to be the captain, you have to fight. Then there was this one particular opportunity when Jesus had a chance to score. And he pulled up. Eddie Nketiah, King of Zamunda, comes on. He comes on. And we're in a situation we need a goal. He's falling on the ground. He's looking like RoboCop on. You remember RoboCop when they hit the button and they shut him down and he was on the ground going from sideways. That's what he looked like. He looked like RoboCop on the floor. And then we moved to the Champions League game this week. Tony, that was PSV's C team that we played. Because their starters were out. All of the starters was out. That game, it was pretty much a wash for them. So we're just going to send the C team down there. And our bench, the fixed bench, the bench that people have told Tony, I sat right here this summer and I said, what did I say, Brother Tony? I said, we were bare bones. We need reinforcements. Bare bones. We need reinforcements. Darren, the cupboard was bare. Do you realize, my friend, that if something happens this season, that's what we've got. That's supposed to get us over the line. Kivior, Cedric the Entertainer. The king of Zamunda. Ramsdale. Declan Rice, center back. Why is $100 million midfielder playing center back? Why? Let me make this plain for some of y'all. This team is in major trouble. I know it's not what people want to hear. I know it's not the trendy thing. But as we sit here today, and we all three of us sat here last year, same as top of the table, we doing well, But when you pull that rug back, Darren, when you pull that old rug back that's sitting in the living room, you pull it back and you see all the dirt and grime that's up under there. On top, it looks good, but when you pull it back, you see old candy bars and peppermint and cat hair, all kinds of stuff is up under there. You pull Arsenal back, you see it's really bad looking up under there. We have wasted money again in this transfer window. We are left looking around for players. They're telling me we're linked with Osman. I don't want him nowhere near the club because he's just injured. I don't want another injury-prone player that's known to be injury-prone at this club. I don't want it. Look at Thomas Partey. Look at that mess with him. Tomiyasu. Look at him. Where are we headed? The question I posed this week on my fan cam is where are we headed? Because everybody this week and everybody the last several months have been saying, well, we're in the Champions League. We're in the Champions League. Well, we're in the Champions League. Well, we're now in the round of 16. Okay, so what's the end goal? What's the end goal? Because you can't tell me that please, people don't tell me that people think that this team, as it's constructed, is going to compete with these European teams are flying at half staff right now. They're not even going 100 miles per hour. And you think that this Arsenal team is going to compete with the Bayern Munich was not even in 12th gear. They were not even it was almost as if they were two brothers were playing, and the older brother was just pushing the little baby brother around just just playing with him. Real Madrid, they just lollygag, Bad as PSG is, I still won't want to play them because could you imagine PSG up against could you imagine the tasting thought of Zinchenko up against Mbappe? Could you imagine that? I'm getting ready to open the floor in just a second, Joey, but I just want to just put things into perspective about where we are. And we've got this game on Sunday as well. That's a banana peel. That's definitely a banana peel game. People, that's not a gimme. I don't think we have any more gimme games for the next 2 months. We've got Liverpool 3 times in a month. 1, 2, 3. That's the same. You see our mirror from last year with Man City? Remember we had Man City 3 times, just about it, 2 or 3 times in a row, just about it. And here we go with Liverpool this year.
Actually, it's 6 weeks. It's in 6 weeks.
So
we have three games with Liverpool in 6 weeks.
That's crazy.
Scary stuff.
So Darren, we're gonna kick things off with you, Darren. What's your thoughts on where you see where things are going? Because you've been one the last several weeks. You've been like, oh yeah, it's getting closer and closer, and now we're knocking on death's door. So.
Yeah, I mean, watching the Villa game last Saturday, they did to us what we've been doing to teams for 2 or 3 months. We played better than them. We had more chances than them from what I could see. I mean, the stats might tell you something else, and I might have got that slightly wrong, but it won't be by much if I have. Because I saw Saka waste 3 chances. I saw Odegaard waste 2 chances. And what I saw was an Aston Villa midfield that had not just relying on one player like we do with Declan Rice. They had Douglas Luiz, Tielemans straight away, and you just think, well, I've just named 2 steady eddies in that midfield that might not be world record breakers, but they pop up and get the odd goal. Declan Rice doesn't really do that. He gets the he's not going to get any more than 2, 3, 4 goals a season. Rice. He's more of a defensive midfielder than he is attacking. Right. So, you watch all that and you see us get away with it week in, week out, last minute goals against Luton, where all the players all act like they've just won the Champions League or the Premier League title, which shows you the culture in the club is rotten. So you see the Villa game and you just think, right, well, this is where our luck starts to run out because we've had a lot of luck. We've been getting the last minute goals away from home against Brentford to get 3 points instead of 1 point. And this is not sustainable. All these sort of lastminute.com performances we're having, we are stinking the place out. A lot of the games, I've only seen us play well, say 2 or 3 games this season. We have been putting things together. We've scored the odd quality goal in Champions League games. The 6-0 against Lons, I was at that game, and I didn't even think we played well in that game. It was just one of them nights where we just, every time we attacked, we scored a goal. Because Lons weren't brilliant. Lons won't be winning the Champions League either. So, and what it's supported by is a culture in the ground of fans that are deluded and they're the try-hard gang. And, isn't it a shame if we don't win, we go again next season? And we just repeat again and again the same old story. I think we are in massive trouble. If I start from the goalkeeping positions, Raya is there on merit. He's a better goalkeeper than Ramsdale. He's more sturdy, but I'm not even sure he's the answer. I see Almunia in Raya from time to time, where he's flying through the air, like that Christmas Carol. Almunia used to fly through the air. And whenever I see that in a keeper, it worries me. So then you go to right back, Ben White, what's he doing? He can't even get in the team. Because Tommy Asu's showing more desire. Tommy Asu's out injured. Right. So then you've got the centre-back pairing. That's probably the silver lining in the squad and the team. Gabriel and Saliba. But even they can have an off day against Villa. I think I've never seen Saliba be so unsettled against Villa. Left back, we've got Zinc, who's a real metallic problem for us. Zinc. He's just all over the shop. He'll be up front, left midfield, right midfield. The opposition know they're going to get a goal if they just spring on us when he's out of position on the halfway line. If they get a quick wide play down the right, we're dead and buried. They got a chance of scoring. So it's not rocket science. And if I'm just a fan that goes 6 times a season who watches most of the games on TV, ain't even got a coaching badge, if I can see that, what are these managers, opposition managers doing? Doing this, rubbing their hands, yeah? So Declan Rice, again, another good player. He's one of the but he can't do it all on his own. He's got no one in midfield. Havertz is a cart horse that has been now discovered that he's actually quite effective if we lump balls in the area. Well, I could have told you that at the start of the season because I watched his goals with Chelsea, and most of his goals with Chelsea were high balls put in the box. So my question is, why didn't Arteta and all the coaching staff realise that? Why has it taken them 4 months to say to Havertz, get in the box, Saka, put a high ball up to him, and you might have some joy? But no, he's been put at left midfield where all I see him do is clatter players, kick them, get a yellow card. And the club have got it all wrong with Havertz. They thought when they signed him and they got him, he was a instant legend. So they said, put a statue of yourself on the pitch. You don't have to run. You be the statue because you're an instant legend. And then they sort of worked it out. Hang on. Nah, this is not quite working. So after 4 months, somebody said to Kai Havertz, actually, if you start running around and making a bit of an effort, you might get a goal or 2. So now he's raised his performance up a bit. So who else we got in midfield? Jorginho. He's way for thin. He's a lightweight. He's not the answer. And Odegaard is just like, have you ever seen a bird that's injured that's trying to fly against a flock of birds in the sky? That's what Odegaard is. Doesn't look like he can run. Looks like he's permanently injured. His body shape is all wrong. He's stiff as a board. A lot of these quality players that we've had the privilege of seeing over the years as fans, been nice and relaxed. They're like an animal. They're flying, they've got the technique and everything. He's just rigid. He's not the real deal. And that's why Real Madrid sold him to us. Simple as that. And then you go up front and look at your problems. You've got Saka, who can do it on a given day. But look, on Saturday, he's missed 3 chances. Maybe he should have had 1. We can't expect him to bag all 3 every day of the week. And we got to accept we're going to lose games. But, we can go unbeaten, but not with this squad, because they all get worked up and we beat a relegation outfit 4-3 in injury time. And that's the sort of game where the manager would come on the pitch, clap, say to all the players, right, get in a fucking dressing room. Right, we've had a result, we've got 3 points. Let's forget that. Let's concentrate on the 3 goals we conceded, because that ain't fucking good enough. But do you honestly think Mikel Arteta dresses the team like that? I don't see it. I don't see the due diligence from Arteta on these players. And then you've got Martinelli again. I think he's overhyped. Martinelli, I don't see him popping 2s and 3 goals in games. If he was this world-class, well-beaten player, you'd see him get a couple of goals in a few games, score 5 games on the trot. It never happens for me. Never happens. And then up front, Jay Juice's performance was shocking on Saturday against Villa, where it really mattered. He was just very lightweight and down. And then when we get out the subs bench, you see Reece Nelson, Eddie Nketiah, Trossard, bless him, he's getting thrown on in these games, and it's not really fair on him because he's never had a 10-game, right, you're my man, you're going left wing, you're in for 10 games. And whilst Arteta might think, well, no, I'm never doing that with players because nobody's guaranteed a place. You've got to have some sort of stability in your team. And I don't see any stability. I don't see any proper planning. It's all haphazard. It's all, let's patch this bit up over there. Let's put this person here. It's all over the shop. And I can't see us winning the league. I can't see us winning the Champions League. And one cup is already in the bin. The other one, Arteta's going to screw the paper up like this and throw it in his little paper bin in his office shortly, because he don't treat it seriously, because he knows the board will love him as long as he gets his top 4 again, Champions League again, like a certain predecessor. As long as he can tuck that away, then he'll get supported. And at the end of the season, when we don't win a trophy, he'll say, we go again.
I want to unpack 1 or 2 things that you mentioned. You're asking about the manager. The manager's reaction was it Saturday or Sunday after that defeat, or Saturday, whatever it was now. Immediately they go back to making that game about VAR. And I'm tired. I'm quite frankly, I'm tired of us this happening. I don't care if the call was right or what. My concern is the effort that was on the pitch. I forgot about the Luton game. It seemed like is it me this year? Does this seem like our games are so mentally taxing that it seems like they were so long ago? It's just like these games are draining, it's starting to wear on you. 4-3 Luton. I mean, 4-3 Luton. And you hear, man, they gave City trouble. I mean, it doesn't matter. 4-3 Luton. Tony, I'm gonna let you tackle this right here. We had 1 player that left. He's in France. This is another one that was hyped up about 3 or 4 years ago to the hype part, Charlie Patino. Well, now Juventus. How is it that everybody else sees what we don't see?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Matt, it was nice to hear Darren give us some clues into that disastrous. It didn't have to be a 4-0, 5-0, 5-1 drubbing to beat Arsenal by, for it to be a very, very shambolic and disgraceful performance on Saturday. Yeah, and it really hurt me. It really hurt me because of some certain factors. And Darren, I really need to apologize because I know that period was during your birthday, the aftermath of your birthday, just when you were
Yeah, that's right. Happy
expecting
belated, brother.
something good from Arsenal, and then these guys, yeah, go and throw it all away. I'm sorry about that, man. I really wish that under better circumstances, you have a befitting birthday, but you still had something to drink and
No, I
some
went to the
chocolates
Lons
in the
game.
bar.
Yeah, I went to the Lons
Exactly.
game at home.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did see that. I'm sorry about that.
It's
But
a
back to
shame
that
because every game I go to,
shame.
I'm hoping we slip up. I went to the Man City game at home. We won 1-0. I was desperate to
Mm,
voice it in the crowd about Arteta. We beat Man City 1-0. And then I
mm.
go to the Lons game and we win 6-0.
Keep
So
going.
it's
Just
not
keep
like I
going
can
there.
start. I
Keep
can't do
going.
my pitch in front of the fans when we're beating the European champions and we're winning 6-0 at home. I've got to go to a game where we poorly perform.
Hey, well, go to Liverpool game
Uh,
next week.
Yeah.
so see, yeah, looking into that game against Aston Villa, we had, and this has been like running as a leitmotif. That's what we call leitmotif in the literary area. That's a certain reoccurrence in a certain pattern. We had a ball possession of about 69% of the ball possession in that game against Aston Villa. Let that sink in. Yeah. While Aston Villa had about 39. So 61, 39 ball possession. Actually at Villa Park. Yeah. You don't just go to Villa Park, yeah, and just, get the ball possession. But the thing this season, just like what Darren has also been saying, but in another way, yeah, we've somehow this season been able to get ball possession, but we're not dominating the game. How in God's name can you get 61% of the ball possession and Aston Villa has 39% of the ball possession? They are getting 10 goal attempts on the day, while Arsenal is just left with 12 on the day. Two different. Where was the whole ball possession? What have you been doing with the possession? And again, if you go into the analytics of the whole thing, was also shown, yeah, that Arsenal tend to lose the ball in the middle of the park. So we're throwing the ball away. There's no cohesion. No one is actually holding the ball. Okay, good. Let's even get into specifics here. Matt touched this a little bit, but that's just a little bit. Have you guys seen, like, in the last 5, 6 games that Martin Odegaard has been playing? You guys know he's an attacking midfielder for this football club, right? Am I correct?
You are correct.
Any doubt in that? Any doubt in him being an attacking midfielder? The
That's
answer
his
is no.
job.
Good and okay. I could count how many times, at least I saw up to 7 times, where Arsenal's midfield general, attacking midfield general, slid backward to go advance the ball from the defense and advance the ball progressing. Why do you have £105 million player? That's his role. His role is to actually protect the back four. He's to progress the ball a little bit, at least from the defense, make it progressional, look for his attacking midfielder to cut open opponents and get the ball across to our strikers. But lo and behold, he's nowhere to be found. How can he actually cut through defenses, yeah, and have the time to do so when he's back there dropping so deep in that game to actually go get the ball to progress the ball? Who are you going to pass the ball to? Who is going to create for you? Something is wrong. And again, it boils down to the manager. I don't, people haven't really figured it out. People are still talking about players, individual players, but I've come to the light. It's even no more about the players again, because I've seen it right now. It's about the manager. It's not about the players themselves. Look at Zichenko. I know Darren touched on this, yeah. The first word that came out of the mouth of the commentator when they scored that goal against, when Aston Villa scored that goal against us, Arsenal, where is your left back? Where is your left back? He was nowhere around the vicinity at all, at all. And you know what? Yeah, this is the cherry on top of it. Yeah, Zichenko actually made it back. He actually recovered and got back to our box where we had up to about 6 players defending in that box. How come do we have 6 players in the box and McGinn had no one attacking him, had no one defending the ball against him? He just had a simple tap in the middle where we have about 6 players in that defense. They were all over the place. Zichenko was at midfield and was running back. He was nowhere to be found. Who is the cause of these problems? It's the manager. He's the one dishing out these instructions. He's the one instructing Martin Odegaard to drop deep, progress the ball from the heart of our defense. To pass the ball to who? Who is going to cut through the defenses? Is it Bukayo Saka who is being doubled up on? And there's also this part of the whole thing, yeah, that people aren't really getting. Arsenal's attack is so predictable. How about that? We look predictable to these teams. It's just to go into the tape machine, play the tape. How Arsenal is attacking, how do they play? It's tap, tap, boom, send it to Saka, tap, tap, boom, send it to Martinelli. If it doesn't work out, bring Eddie Nketiah in the 90th minute. That is the leitmotif this season. These teams already know how we attack. How about switching things up? This manager, legendary, told us about how he, stormed and got his wife and got to conquer her. How about conquering in the field? How about conquering in the field? How about mixing things up? Because he that knows how to conquer a wife, definitely you do know because he made it public. So that's why I'm saying it. If he kept it private, I wouldn't say it. So he made it public. So if you make conquering your wife such such a glazing thing to say publicly, yeah. How about conquering on the field? How about mixing things up? Make it romantic. Mix things up. You mix things up, right? You do everything to make sure you mix things up. How do you mix it up? Make sure that Saka could be able to maybe even come from the left. How about that? Why can't Martinelli come through as a centre forward? What are we talking about? And allow someone who we've actually disrespected in this football club. I'm talking about the Belgian striker himself. What's his name?
Trossard.
Trossard.
Trossard. How about Trossard going to the left? Mix it up, change it up, mix it a little bit. And again, see, yeah, and see, when Matt, you also made mention of Martin Odegaard to sit on the bench. It's a benchable offense. This is what people aren't getting. Are you inspired by the bench you're seeing right now? Is there any inspiration? Anyone? Who are you going to bench Martin Odegaard for? El Neni?
And he hurt. And he
Cedric the Entertainer?
and he came off hurt the other night.
El Neni, who hasn't played 90 minutes for this football club in the Premiership this season?
2 years.
Are you talking of a Jorginho who is in this football club, who threw away games at Tottenham for us? A spy from
Pensioner.
Chelsea Football Club? Are you talking of a Jorginho who has 5 more months to run down his contract? You think his
Pensioner.
head is in at Arsenal right now? We must be busters. We must be jokers right now. See, yeah, do you know what? Yeah, this is what I would say. By January, we're still glossing over wins. Yeah, that's the thing. Where we will see the real problems emanate is by January. I keep saying this. January, we will see the bigger problem. Tomiyasu out to 2024. Fabio Vieira, who we brought in for about $40 million, is injured till 2024. We have Timber still reeling from that ACL injury. He's not going to be back. Forget what you hear in the
Whoa, whoa,
news.
whoa. Did I just hear you right? Did I just hear you say Fabio Vieira is out until next year?
He's out till next year. He's out till 2024.
How did he get injured when he was out on a red card for 3 games?
Ask me again. I'm the coach. Ask me.
How did he get out? He was
Ask.
3 games. He was suspended for 3 games for a red card, and he's not injured until next year.
He's injured.
That's what I heard. I just want to make sure I heard. That's. I make sure I'm putting this all together now. That's what I heard.
Yeah.
What the hell is going
That's
on?
what,
What the hell is going on? with this
that's
football?
what's on paper. That's what's on paper. He's injured. He wouldn't play until 2024. Mind you, Marseille was coming up with a loan move for him. That move has been scooped. So he's no more going to leave the football club again. So we're screwed. We're screwed. And Thomas Partey is training on grass right now. After a few weeks, he'll be leaving for the AFCON competition. El Neni, who never plays for this football club, who we're financing, yeah, is going to go to the African Nations Cup. Who's going to come in? We're out here haggling over prices of strikers when we do need four or five players to come in and win us a trophy. Are we serious in this football? Are we serious? And again, this is what gets to me. Yeah, I was on Twitter. I just wanted to have a good day. Yeah, I came back from work, went to Twitter. I just wanted to, go put in an advert for my show I was having, and then I came across Arsenal fans. Yeah, it's becoming disgraceful. Yeah, one was arguing that Gabriel Jesus is enough for us, and that he could strike. That we have the perfect strike for.
Yeah.
And if you see the kind of support this guy was getting, and I was like, brother, man, I'm sorry. Why are you feeding? Why are you feeding Arsenal fans this lies? You know me. I'm a very respectful person. I just went to his inbox. I just said, brother, I'm sorry, man. Why are you feeding Arsenal fans this bunch of lies? You know Gabriel Jesus is gonna get injured. You know this guy doesn't have a record of scoring 20 goals in a season. The highest he scored for Man City, even in his heyday, was 14 goals. Why are you doing this? We need a striker. Can't you see? Why are you blind? What is this? And the guy said, "Hey, what is it with you guys?" That I said, "Hey, man, I came at you respectfully. I didn't have to put it on the comment section. Let's talk respectfully, man. Why doing this? Why doing this? This is a disservice to Arsenal Football Club, and it hurts me because I've stayed here, yeah, waiting for this football club to win me a trophy, a major trophy for about 20 odd seasons, and then you guys that I don't know from anywhere that maybe just started watching this football club maybe like 10 years ago is out here eroding someone who can get me 20 goals in a season. Manchester City have a robust 6 foot plus, 6'5" actually, exactly, who could get them 60 goals in a season. In fact, that guy this season, no matter how bad it is, that guy could actually rake up to 70 goals this season. Let's not lie. That guy can get it. He can do it. It's possible. We've seen it happen. And then Arsenal Football Club, the third biggest club in this league, can't even boast of a striker that can confidently give us 25. How are we goddamn gonna win the league? This is a problem. And again, someone said, I think you referred to something about VAR. Yes, we should talk about the VAR. It's a big problem. But you know what? We have even a more bigger problem than that. Your manager. He's big mouth. See, be ready. That's why, see, when people are saying experienced manager, there is a reason for that because you learn how to speak. It's not only about knowing how to conduct players in the field, it's knowing when to talk about a matter. It's knowing about how to comport yourself. It's about knowing about how to control yourself. Control your ego. That guy has a very big ego. Control your ego. Tone it down a bit.
What you heard with Darren? You heard what
You're out there arguing with the PG mall. You're out there arguing with the PG mall. You can't win the goddamn empire. And right now, Arsenal can't get a decision. Yellow cards can't even be issued out to people who even commit serious fouls against Arsenal because of a manager's big mouth. Now
This
we're
is not the
screwed.
time. This stage of the season is not the time to be fighting VAR decisions. You do that with about 5 games left.
Yeah,
Screwed.
Not now,
yeah. Well,
because now you should be winning by 2 or 3 goals, not relying on a VAR decision.
We're screwed. So we're screwed with the referees. We're screwed with the
Yeah.
PG mall, but we're not gonna get penalties anyway. Yeah? We're screwed with this manager. We're screwed with our bench because we don't have no bench right now. I've just asked you, who do you see as an inspiration in that bench? The answer is none. No one. There's no inspiration. Forget about it. Yeah? Emmy Smith Rowe is the last midfielder. He just came. How many of you out here, including you, my brother Static, how many of you down here think that Emmy Smith Rowe, he just came back? How many of you think he's gonna play 3 more games for this football club without getting injured? Now he just came back. How many? Just say it out of your mind. 3
I
games
reckon
without
Arteta's
getting
going to
injured.
sell him.
Yeah, he's got to sell him because he remember he got injured in the warm down.
Zero.
The warm down. We have a major problem at this football club. And Darren, you 100% correct, man. David Dean came out a month ago and said if I was still at the club, I'd reel him in. Because at the end of the day, when you look at the way things are, and with him opening his flap, and I really, man, you know what happened yesterday? They dropped those charges off on him. He probably think he's untouchable. He probably think he's untouchable right now, but he's gonna find out. This manager's gonna find out that he's very touchable. And I'm here to tell y'all, I had this discussion earlier today. In the NFL, there was a team yesterday that took a massive defeat last night. 63 points were put up on them on an NFL game, which is the equivalent of getting beat almost 100 goals to nothing in European football. The coach was fired today, the next day, and the general manager was fired. Let me tell you something. If you think these American owners are going to sit here and just put up with this crap, especially when you look at a manager who has had $600 million pumped into a team over the last 3 years, $600 million, and squandered 2 title charges. Regardless of what you think, we're in a title race. So if he botches this and we don't get anything, I'm at the point now, Tony and Static and Darren, where the FA Cup, because we got Liverpool first. That's it. And this is why we all sat here and raised hell. Static, I'm coming to you in just a second, Static. We sat right here and raised hell about why did we throw away the Carabao Cup. And then immediately you get drawn against Liverpool. So you already know we're at the 8 ball. I don't know if we're going there. I can't remember if we're going there or not. But if we've got to go to Anfield twice in a 6-week period, then woe hell be unto us, man. With that strike force, with Nketiah leading the line, Jesus leading the line, Saka, he's had a couple of stinkers this year. He's had a couple of major stinkers. Let's just be frank now. He stunk up the joint too. Our offense is not, as Tony would say, inspiring at all. It's not inspiring. And right now, I just don't see where we're going. Static, brother, what's your thoughts on where we are headed? Because we are really getting ready to step into the thick of it.
Static, please, just before you come in, yeah, my brother. We are very, very lucky, yeah. We only go to Anfield once in those 3 games, actually. So we go to the first one against them at Anfield. The next one is the FA Cup. We meet them at home, and the next game is a home game. So we're lucky in that we're not going there twice.
Okay.
We're only going there once. So we just need to get that into perspective. Static, you're welcome, bro.
First of all, boys, hello. Sorry I was late myself. Lateness is greatness. I hope you're all well, panel. And I hope everyone's well in live chat. Boys, I'm never confident against Liverpool, so well, look, when it comes to big games, we seem to turn up. So you never know. I mean, you only have to look at when we played Liverpool at home last season. We put in a really good performance, even though we were shaky defensively, but we still put in a really good offensive performance. But I don't know. It's just we probably will, if knowing Arteta, he probably will do what he did against Man City. He'll probably be very defensive and would just beat them on the counter attack. So, like I said, it's hard to. I just don't know what else to say really, because we don't have a plan B, we don't have a plan Z. You know that, guys. So, I don't know what else to say. I mean, to be honest, I'm trying not to look too far ahead because, we've got Brighton this weekend. But as we're talking about Liverpool, I don't know what else you guys want me to say, really. So it's just...
I mean, we're
I'm struggling for words.
No, it's okay, Static, because we're at a stage now where realistically we have to go game by game. It's getting to the point now where every game has to be on a game per game basis. We've got to do this game, get the next game, get the next game. There was a time you used to look at the fixture list and go 3, 6. You can kind of see where we can get some points. I think last year put a stop to all that, and I think this season's magnified it because, as Darren stated earlier, we have been literally getting out of jail.
Can I just say? Sorry, Matt. I was just going to say. I mean, the amount of people I've seen online thinking, "Oh yeah, easy 6 points." Sorry, my mistake. Let me rephrase that. Oh, we'll easily beat Liverpool. It's no problem. It's no problem. But it's just like, well, let's just focus on the next game, and then we'll see what happens. Let's not jump to conclusions, everyone. So, yeah.
I mean, we're where we are right now is we are really. And if Warren watching this, man, Warren was one of the first posts this summer. He told me, Matt, he said, Matt, man, you gonna see it this year. Just get ready. It's gonna be real bad. And I just think once we get through this January, as Tony stated, because let's just be frank, if Ivan Toney's not coming through that door, then we might as well just keep the money and just save it for just don't spend on anything else. Just if we can't get him, then just you have to just deal with what we got.
Don't worry, Matt.
Anything else, you're paying double for your trouble. You're paying double for your trouble. What they say, you buy cheap, buy twice. My girl is down the hall. She tell me that all the time. You buy cheap, buy twice.
Mm-hmm.
Matty, I don't know what you're expecting, yeah, but we don't have this money you're thinking we're going to go out there to go spend.
Oh, here we go.
We don't have that money. See, because I've heard people say,
man.
We could just go and put the money. We don't have that money. We need to sell players.
Allegedly.
We need to sell players. We don't have that money.
If that's the case, Tony, if that's the case,
our books. We've not done good business. It's
a decay.
It's a problem.
Just to let people know in the live chat, I've had this conversation with Tony. I disagree with him. But I respect his opinion, of course.
Yeah, good. But again, we have the problem. It doesn't make it that we don't have that problem. We have that problem. We can't spend. We can't spend unless we balance those FFP books. See, all these teams, that's why all these teams are getting FFP rules behind them. That's why Chelsea has been indicted. That's why all these teams, and you know what, FA is just waiting for Arsenal. We're the whooping boys of the league. We've just made Mikel Arteta open his mouth, to open his mouth and say those profane things against the PG Mall.
To be fair, he did it all himself. Sorry, Tony.
These guys are just waiting for an opportunity to pounce at Arsenal. Arsenal is the real target. let us don't piss off these guys. Let's don't make it obvious for them. Let's do everything by the books. And there's a way out. That's the problem with Arsenal. There's always a way out. The problem with our bench, there is a way out by January. Inject money into the football club and go and buy the players. Even to go around this FFP rules, it's simple. How about selling a goalkeeper we don't have any use for right now, Ramsdale, for about 40 to 50 million pounds? We will rake in money fresh from the books. There's no external cash injection. We have Emmy Smith Rowe who could go out for about 40 million pounds. How much have we talked right now? That's 90 million. The money can be gotten, but if we do think that we're not going to sell these players that are wasting away in this football club right now, and we think that we have the money to spend again, we better think again. That money is not there. How come do you think you're hearing in the news that we're talking about loan moves? Why are we talking of loan moves when we have big money in the bank to spend? I'm not saying Arsenal Football Club is not rich. I'm not saying we don't have money, but I'm just technically saying that we've not done business to reconcile our books to be able to spend and justify why we're spending that money. So if we do spend any money right now, FFP will come knocking on our doors, and that's just what the FA is waiting for. That's what they're waiting for before they throw the book at us.
Also, it's not a problem signing players on loan. I don't know why people think this is some weird. I just don't understand our fan base being so snobs.
Snobbish.
Yeah, it's just like there's nothing wrong with signing players on loan. Everyone does it. We shouldn't be any different.
I think the problem with us is that when we go on, we get loan players, we get the subpar loan players. We don't get loan players.
Yes.
We don't get loan players that's going to actually come in and can do a job. We don't get the best of the best. We get hand me down loan. This what you see with Jorginho and Havertz. That's the loan. That's the level of loan that we cannot go out here. We don't go out. Other teams will go loan and they'll go get Ibrahimovic or somebody. They'll go get somebody that can come in and do something. We get the least of these.
We get
falls to the ground.
The injury players, Kallstrom, Denny Suarez.
We get Fubu. We get Sean John. How about Gucci?
Gucci. We get Gucci.
How about Moschino?
Where we're going wrong here is we're all thinking of the players that we need. What we should be doing as Arsenal fans is worrying about the players they're going to get that are absolutely useless.
Yeah,
that's what we got to be worried and thinking about.
Yeah,
you're right. What they're going to go and do.
You know what? You're right, because when you look at and Tony, we've covered this extensively. When you look at the business, and you're right. When it comes to when you look at the business that we've done over the last 3 years, the way Darren's shaking his head. Yeah, when you think about the business that we've done, Kibior, almost 40 million, Havertz, 60 million, re-upping Odegaard, 500, whatever it was a week. You got
Fabio Vieira, 40 million dollars,
35 million. Just crazy money. New deals, re-upping players that don't need to be re-upped, re-signing El Nene for extra 2 years. Hadn't played but 2 games. I mean, just think about it. And then you have a fan base that is still going around talking about, oh, well, we'll go for it next year. Next year. Well, what about the summer? What about right now? What about selling Emmitt Smith Rowe? What about moving Nketiah? What about moving some of these players to go get an Ivan Toney? You telling me that Brentford wouldn't take Emmitt Smith Rowe, 3 players for 1? Plus cash, Tony. Remember, I always said you throw a little cash in the sweeten the pot. The plus cash. This is why I said this season. I will unleash. You hear me? This summer, we don't win a title this year. I will unleash on this manager. And I'm glad to see you finally coming around to the party, because I've been trying to tell you about this manager in this regime. And there's a reason why your boy Vinay is getting up out of there. He knows what's coming over the hill. This is it this year. This is
so.
it. And I'm gonna say this, and Darren, I'm gonna come on over to you. I'm gonna say this. If y'all don't think for 1 second, if you don't think for 1 second that Aston Villa is gonna strengthen in January, if Man City, who's got to be sitting around looking at themselves, looking like, wait a minute, we got to get some stuff sorted out here. We can't keep carrying on like this. They're going to go out and fix some stuff. Yeah, I know Kevin De Bruyne is coming back, but Pep is probably thinking in his head, it might be time to get ready to move him on. So let me go look for his replacement right now. If I can get a replacement now, I'll go ahead and get him. Then you look at everybody else around us. God forbid the light down the street get a striker. What if Ivan Toney goes there? What if he goes there? You know, we had to deal with Harry Kane for 10 damn years. Now imagine he go over there. And what's up?
It's a big possibility because they have Harry Kane £100 million burning a hole in their pocket. So they have it. Arsenal don't have 100 million to spend. I'm sorry. It might hurt. It might hurt, but that's the truth. They have 100 million burning a hole right now. They can't compete.
Liverpool, Klopp might decide he want to get jiggy and say, I might want to bring in somebody. He has rebuilt his entire midfield for less than what we spent this past summer. Let that sink in. I want y'all to think about that. Marinate in that. Dip the chicken finger into that barbecue sauce. He has rebuilt that entire old man midfield that they had for less, and it's better off. And this is why I get pissed. And I'm actually calm tonight. I'm trying to stay calm. When I hear what Tony said about financial fair play, that is the manager and Edu's doing. And they should be walking around the Emirates wearing that scarlet letter, saying it's y'all fault that we in this mess. If that's true, it's y'all's fault because y'all didn't have to go out of here and spend $65 million on a player that we're still trying to shoehorn. We're trying to boost him up to get him the way he needs to be. And you got an old decrepit pensioner from Chelsea. Well, we should have went like we did, like we all sat here in December of last year, and we talked about what we need to buy in January. And what happened last year, Darren and Tony, we sat right here, did not buy what we need to do, and guess what happened down the stretch? And we're preparing to get ready to go into it. Darren, I'm going to come to you on this. We're out of the group stage of the Champions League. What should the objective be now that we're out of this? Because if someone comes to me and tells me this, if they say, well, we just want to get to the round of 16, we'll be good. I say to that, let's go get Arsene Wenger and bring him back. Because that's the same thing that he was doing.
Mm-hmm.
He did it for 6 years.
You got to remember that it's not far now before we're saying that Arteta has had the quarter of the time as what Wenger had. He's nearly had 5 years now, and Wenger was here for what, 20 years? Arrived in 1996 and disappeared when 2017, 18, something like that. Is it? I can't remember now. But Arteta was given a trophy. He was given he inherited a trophy, an FA Cup, to boost his confidence as a trainee, as such. In the FA Cup, he inherited Emery's side that were turning over Man City's and Chelsea's in their primes, European Cup outfits, because you had Pepe looking up, putting balls over the top for Aubameyang that was just chipping the goalkeeper. And this is against Chelsea and Man City's under pressure, right? Since then, what's he done? Nothing. Because what he did was rip that up because he was arrogant. He thought, oh yeah, I'm gonna put my name on this club now, and we ain't done nothing since. But hey, your answer to your question with the Champions League, we got to be in it to win it. We've got to be in it to win it. And if we had a manager that had some tactical experience at European level, other than getting knocked out against Olympiacos, Valencia, all these teams, right? If we had a manager with some European pedigree like an Ancelotti or an Allegri or a Mourinho, or dare I say it, even Conte, right? I don't care what anyone says, right?
Yeah.
If we had, or Emery, right? If we had someone with some Euro experience, I don't think these players are good enough to win the Champions League, no matter what manager we got in. But a lot of them players wouldn't be there today. Arteta's gone and signed two of his mates from Man City in Jesus and Zinchenko. Well, I know Zinchenko is just not good enough. Yeah, he plays the odd fancy little tidy. Zinchenko's a tidy player. He's nothing special. He's not even a. People said, "Oh, he's a number 10," and all. No, he ain't. He's not even that. He's just like a utility type player who's going to get you in trouble, if anything. He's the sort of player that should be on the bench for about 35, 50 games a season to bring on for 20 minutes when the established left back gets tired. And that established left back was Kieran Tierney. Where's he now? Real Sociedad. It's a mess. It's a mess, right? So, we should be looking to win this tournament, but I'm confident we ain't going to win it because when I watched Bayern Munich against Man United in the week, I only watched it for 10 minutes and I switched off because I just knew I didn't have to watch it any longer. Bayern Munich, when they were in their own half, their players, they knew exactly where to be on the pitch. Players knew how to bend the ball around right backs, centre backs, midfielders. They were finding play. None of this ticker, tacker crap that we see Odegaard getting the ball and then looking like he's a tripper, trying to flick it somewhere. Well, it all depends who's getting the draw, obviously. But don't expect us to see us. The best I think we can do is quarterfinals. By the quarterfinals, then you're coming up against the teams that are definitely going to put Arteta to sleep.
Yeah, I just don't. I don't see. Girl messing with me. I just don't see. I just don't see. Yeah, no, my lady was messing with me. She was coming in to get something messing with me. But I just don't see how exactly, because for years the discussion was we've got to get into the Champions League. We got to get into the Champions League. We got to get into the Champions League. Well, we finally get into it, and you don't build a team that's capable of competing. I mean, even getting to a semifinal. Because there's no hiding places in this tournament. Everybody's looking. Oh, man, we get Copenhagen. Well, guess what? Copenhagen, based off of what I saw, could kick our ass. Because if we lost the lawns and PSV gave us trouble, then I'm pretty sure that Copenhagen, who was running roughshod over there in that group, was giving a lot of teams trouble over there, they can come in. See, our attack is so bad, and I don't think people understand how bad our attack is. And Darren touched on it just a second ago. These other teams, 3 passes, they in the end ready to score. It's bang, boosh, bosh, goal. And we're standing around looking like, well, how did that happen? Well, give us a chance to get to the ball. Let us hold the ball for a few seconds. That's how we look. And this is big boy football now. We're in big boy football. And Arsenal are not prepared. And I woe be unto us if we draw Real Madrid on Monday. Or draw PSG on Monday. What if we get Real Sociedad? What if we have to deal with that? We already don't play well on the road. And this is why I said stop throwing away cup competition that you have a chance to win. You had a chance to win. I honestly believe we had a concrete good opportunity to win the Carabao Cup this year. And what did we do? We pissed it away. We pissed it away. Tony, we're out of this group stage. What say you, brother? Where are you standing out on this? Because this is what they wanted. This is what the fan base wanted, brother.
Hey, man. Guys, yeah, see, get ready for Mikel Arteta to throw away the FA Cup. I'm sorry, it's bad news. Yeah,
He
I hate
will.
to
He
be the
will.
I hate to bring bad news. Yeah, because generally I'm a positive guy. Yeah, guys, I'm not really like a bad person or a hater. That I'm actually a positive person. But I see no positivity here. I watched this manager. Where I became Arteta out was seeing this manager just throw that Carabao Cup this season. I was actually giving him the whole support. I was supporting this manager because I gave him to the end of this season. But right now, I'm not giving him to the end of any season. In fact, I want him to be out right now. See, this manager, to change things, yeah? Number one, we need the person who does our deals to be out. I don't know who does the business in this football club. We need that person out because that is also a big problem in this football club because it affects our recruitment. We are not doing sound recruitment in this football club. So we have to be ready. Instead of just removing the manager without removing the decay, it's just like removing the teeth. When there's a root canal disease eating up your teeth, you've not done anything. Mikel Arteta is just a figment of the problem. There's a big decay in the football club. We brought in a signing here, £72 million, and we couldn't even get 10 million for that player. We couldn't get 10 million for Pepe. There is a big problem, a huge one. So, because all these things affect recruitment, and if it affects your recruitment, you would have a bench of bare bones. See, guys, Matt calls it bare bones. Like literally, that's what it is. Bare bones. There is no how. And this manager is going to come out with that same excuse again. Oh, we need to keep the players fresh. We're going for the title. We're going for the big fish. That argument will come out again. Guys, get ready. By February, yeah, the big fish argument will come up again.
Oh yeah,
We're
it
going
will.
for the
It
big
will.
fish. It will come out again. But see, yeah, this is where I want to draw the line. Arsenal always have a chance. That is the good thing. We always have a choice and we always have a chance. Last season, we went for that title. Good and okay. We just need to do something. Tap into the January transfer window and get something. And then we threw that window all away. Now and again, luck has pushed us through another ember period in which we're still in touch with the at least with the top four. At least right now we're still in touch. We have that opportunity. Do you think we're going to take that opportunity and go to that January transfer window and sign three good Zulu warriors into this team? Guys, do you think we're going to go and sign a striker? A big striker, 6 foot plus. Maybe even if he's not 6 foot plus, a traditional striker that could come in there and do a job for us. Do you think we're going to get someone who is going to come into the middle of the park, change things up, spice things up, relegate Martin Odegaard to a competition, into a spat? That's what I want in the middle of the park. I want a spat. I want angry players. And again, the players in the middle of the park, I'm sorry, they're too soft. Odegaard is always touching his hair. See, I don't like all the, I'm not, see, I'm not into all this, like I want brutes. In fact, see, let me make it clear. I need ugly players. Yeah, ugly, like the one with no hair. Yeah, with no hair, with nothing.
Players with
Yeah,
monobrows.
ugly. I need ugly because the ugly 6 foot plus, ready, muscle, chilled alpha males that are ready to fight. That are ready
Hmm.
to fight because we're light. How many goddamn times, yeah, do we have to go and face all these mediocre teams, yeah? And
Lud.
we've been out muscled, we've been pushed, we've been tossed aside, we've been deboed. Just look at the disgrace at St. James Park, yeah. And as if that's not enough, yeah. Look at what they subjected. And in the grand scheme of things, I even have mercy on Fabio Vieira for us bringing that kid here, emasculating that kid, yeah, at Newcastle. Look at how they allowed, that kid to be disgraced, out muscled. It's the manager. Go and there are lots of midfielders, powerful, strong, ready to fight,
Fofana.
great. Who will put? See, someone mentioned something here. Martin Odegaard pulling away from a tackle. That's what I'm talking about. Nice. I don't want nice players. I want players who are ready to
Rugged.
fight. Players who are ready to die. Zulu warriors, ready to put in that challenge. Who are ready to have a bloody nose. Who don't care about their hair. Who don't care about their faces. Ready to put their body on the line.
They're
That's what I
there.
want.
Hey,
They're,
Tony.
Odegaard
they're in
fella.
the Premier.
They're
There's
not.
plenty of them in the Premier
There's
League.
plenty of them.
Yeah.
How
There's
about
even
Douglas
one. There's
Louise?
even one at Everton that used to play for Watford. The big
Darren.
lad.
Decore.
Decore.
Decore, yeah.
These guys are ready. They are ready
Boys,
to
I've always wanted Decore.
Hey, Darren. There was a
How about
time
Douglas Louise? How about
that
Douglas Louise? Go put money. That's the most improved player in the league. It's justified. Stats pull it up. He is the most improved player. How about
Tony.
going and dropping a cheeky 65 million bid for that player? He was brought in for about 15 million. Now that's how you do business. 15 million and now is what? 80. Let that sink in. Is worth 80 million pounds in this league. And this was a player that was brought in for about 15 million pounds. Now, that's how you do business. That's how you escape FFP rules. Aston Villa, right now, yeah, they brought in Pau Torres, they brought in Yuri Tillemans, they brought in winners.
We could
Paul
have got
Diaby.
Tillman for free.
Have
We
you
could
seen
have got
how
him for
tall
free.
Pau Torres is? A brute in the middle of the defense. A brute. He
I've always
doesn't
wanted
care.
Torres.
He's ready to crush you. That's what I want. Warriors. We don't
should
have
have signed
nothing like that.
And we
Nothing.
slipped up. We were meant to get Louise at the end of the transfer market, and we slipped up.
Yeah.
Yep. August last year.
You
Right
know,
at the
there
end
was,
of the transfer window. £25 million. Oh, no.
Kudus. How about Kudus? How about
3
Diaby?
bids.
Yeah.
Ugly players that will come in and are ready to fight. Not the ones that want to touch their knickers, want to, hug. I'm not, see, man. There's a big problem. It's a laughing matter now. It's a big problem. By January, if we don't go into that January transfer window, if we don't go there and do a deal, we're in
I was
trouble. It won't be a laughing matter.
I
We'll
was
be in trouble. We'll be screwed. Even the Champions League, we might not see it. We might literally drop. We
Our
will drop
scouting
out.
department, our scouting department really needs to get a look in. There was times, Darren, when you could go down to the championship and find a workhorse. There was times that, think about it. Let's go back in
Matt,
history.
sorry to interrupt, Matt. It's not just that. It's also League One and League Two. You'd be surprised what you can find
Yeah,
in League One and League
workhorses.
Two. Not just Champions.
Jamie Vardy. Yeah, Jamie Vardy. You can go get workhorses. This is me and my lady. We have a discussion about this all the time about Brazilian football. I always tell her, I said the reason why the national team stinks is because they get these prima donnas and they don't go get these guys that's the workhorses that actually have some pride about themselves. It's the same thing with us. When you talk about the core, men amongst men, rugged men, that come to work with a hard hat and a lunch pail. We have too many players in this team that come looking like they are ready for Gap ads and are ready to walk the catwalk and spin a twist. We don't, and this is the difference in what you watch when we play Liverpool and how they roll through us. Because I'm here to tell you, Gravenberch and Zaboslai are getting ready they are getting ready to chew these two up in midfield. You watch this in the next Sunday. Watch what y'all about to see next Sunday. They are about to get a lesson on getting chewed up in midfield. Our midfield has eroded over the last couple of years. Eroded. I would have never thought to myself that I'd be calling for Granit Xhaka to come back to help sort this mess out. Me, of all folks, would have thought, Granit Xhaka, come back, man. Please fix this. Because what we got, we don't have any men. At least he would turn around and slap somebody upside the head. We don't have any men in this team. And it was evident when we played Luton. Luton they just came in and just pushed us around and just straight made this.
Matt, yeah. Sorry, Matt, I was just going to say, sorry, bro. I was just going to say, even you look at Ross Barkley, the way he just ran around midfield. Odegaard fell flat on his face, and then I was like, not just Barkley, Townsend as well, and they're both
Townsend, exactly.
Both players come.
Player.
Both players coming to
I
the
didn't
end.
even know Townsend was
Both
still
players.
playing at it. You was in
coming to
there.
the
You
end
was
of-
in there. You was in the chat.
Yeah.
I didn't even know Townsend was still playing football.
I actually
Dead
did.
player.
Well,
Dead.
no. Yeah, you're right. Because he was unattached for months, several months. He had no, he had no club to play for until like he joined October or something for Luton. So, but these two players are coming to the end of their career, and they still destroyed our midfield, Barkley and Townsend.
See, Rice can't do it on his own, and Rice is such a good player and professional. I mean, I caught him at the end of the game. I can't remember which one. I think it might have been the one in the week. He actually hands out bollockings to the players. You do see him shout at the other players when they're not performing. You name me one other Arsenal player that does that on the pitch, other than Ramsdale, maybe. None of them. They don't have a go at each other or shout, and it's only maybe Gabriel that might do it as well. But
I mean, nobody. There's nobody. There's no Keons out there. There's no Tony Adams. There's no
So Campbell's.
Soul
Patrick
Hell no.
Vieira's.
No Vieira's.
No Colo Touré as well.
No Colo Torres. No Perez's. There's nobody to hold anybody accountable worth a damn in that squad, man. Let's just be real. And this is why I keep telling folks. These are the finite differences, Tony. That when it gets rough and rugged down the stretch, because it's coming. I keep telling folks we have not had that run of form where we dropped 3 games in a row on the spin. And you have to look around that locker room, and then you got to figure out who's going to be the man that's going to say, you know what? Stop feeling sorry for yourself. We're going to go out here and drag ourselves out of the mud. Because nobody, let's just be frank, nobody believes in this manager. The players don't even believe in him. And if y'all, I give you a reminder, go back to the Tottenham game when Declan Rice looked at that man. I told y'all, Declan Rice looked at him like, man, what is this dude talking about? Look at Willian. How is it that they getting a tune out of Willian over there at Fulham? He's like a reformed player. A reformed player.
At the mighty Fulham.
The mighty Fulham, the powerhouse that is Craven Cottage. Look at that. They're getting a tune out of that guy. Same dude was here. This manager, I've told y'all, he is on borrowed time. This manager is a fraud, for lack of better words. He's a fraud, and he has got everybody fooled. If you watch him this year, he's looking on that sideline. They zoom in. Anytime we it's 0-0, he start looking. He's shifty, full beard. He's looking down, and him and Albert getting into it on the sidelines. They're arguing with each other because Albert. It's like last weekend, and it's like during the fan cast. I said, this is Arteta calling the game from upstairs. This is not Albert. He didn't play like this.
And when the pressure comes on Arteta, what he does is he gets his hero, he turns him around into a villain to take the pressure off of him.
Yep.
So Ramsdale was the hero, Southampton at home. Ramsdale is the villain. Gone. Finished.
Yep. He did the same thing with Pepe. Anybody, he finds his players, and then he uses them as the shield. He uses them as the shield, and he's been doing that, and he's been getting by with it for the last couple of seasons. But Tony, my man Tony, this season there is nowhere to hide. This is it. I told y'all last season. I said this is it. This is it with this manager. This is finally it. Darren, you are waiting on it. Warren's been calling it. Lee's been talking about it. Northside, Kenny, Jez, all of us have been saying it for over a year that this manager is getting ready to get found out. This Champions League, Tony, I'm going to turn it over to you in just a second, and we'll start wrapping it up. This Champions League, the ass whooping we're about to take in this Champions League. This is just going to be like when you got in trouble as a child, and the teacher called home and told your parents that you've been acting out in the classroom, and you knew what was waiting on you when you came home. This is about what we're about to get in this Champions League. Gentlemen, hold on to your butts. Tony, I'm passing it to you, brother.
See, Matt, yeah, just on what you just said right now, guys, I will still repeat this, yeah. There is still light at the end of the tunnel. There's still something we can do.
But they have to do what, Tony? What do they have
This
to do?
this this
Yeah.
this doom could be cancelled.
Quarterfinals.
We could do our thing easily, yeah, and get back. It's not all doom and gloom. There's
Tell them
also a
how. How?
there's
Matt,
How
there's
do they do
also
it,
a
Tony?
bigger
Tell them how.
picture. We could just go straight into the market. It doesn't see it doesn't have to turn into a dogfight.
I
We
don't
could
think we're
just
going to go
go
in the market,
Yeah.
Tony.
we could just go into the market, make it easy, do some smart deals, yeah, get the money and buy the players we need. A striker, a midfielder, Ivan Tony, preferably. Go in, knock on that door on Real Sociedad, blind them with about £75 million for a player known as Zubramendi. How about that? Someone who knows what he's doing, someone who can carry a team, someone who can progress the ball. How about that? If we cannot get it, then talk to Aston Villa. Go get Douglas Luiz. If you want him, pay his asking price, 80 million. That's all you have to do. If you don't have that money, then go look for the better players to go bring in. There's still a way out. There's a way out. Will Arsenal take it? That's the thing. Matt, we just talked about Willian. Yeah. Do you know how much Willian went out for from Arsenal Football Club?
Was it free? If I'm not mistaken, I can remember it was free.
Guys, he went out
It
for
was.
free.
For free.
No single nickel. No
Now,
single
not
nickel.
1 cent.
Just
Not
like
one
Pepe.
cent. If that guy wants to get sold from Fulham, at least Fulham will get nothing
15.
less than at least 10 million.
Yeah.
At what's market price? 10 million. So it boils down to something because I'm trying to get into a bigger picture. It's not even about the money this time, it's about the manager. Yeah. At the time William was there at the football club, he didn't develop as a player. He didn't score goals. He didn't put up assists at all.
He weren't trying.
So
Not consistently,
so
Tony. Not
so
consistently,
the
but yeah, I agree.
value the value in his price would be zero. No one will buy a player that doesn't want to develop or that hasn't been developed by the manager in that football club. Now that sends a bigger question that we should be thinking about right now. How many players have improved under Mikel Arteta?
None.
No,
Zero.
I
Zero.
wouldn't be
None.
surprised if
Food
William
for
got
thought.
told
Food for
he's
thought. Let
going
that
to
sink in.
Arsenal and he didn't have a choice. I wouldn't be surprised if he got told you're going, whether you like it or not, because I didn't see him lift a finger in our team.
Tony hit on something there, and that's another thing. You look at these players. What did y'all hear this week? What did y'all hear in the Champions League this week? What was the hot topic this week in the Champions League? What did y'all hear when it came to Arsenal? What was the one thing that we all heard this week? I know somebody's gonna say it. What did y'all hear this week? I'm gonna see if anybody's gonna say it. What was the one
We
thing?
were top of the group.
Not that. No, not that. I'm gonna get another shot. Take another shot. Static, you take a shot. What did you hear?
I don't know.
Tony,
man.
what did you hear?
I've heard too many things.
What did you hear, Tony? I'm gonna say it now. If y'all want me to say it, I'll say it.
Please say it.
Why didn't we play the kids? Because
Oh,
we
yeah,
developed them.
yeah,
Mm,
For
yeah.
what? For who?
mm,
We had developed in the kids.
exactly.
When was the last
Kids.
time y'all seen an academy product come up worth a damn at this football club?
There's no kids.
There's
True.
no kids.
Well,
We
there's
sold
one,
everybody.
Walters.
Oh, they
Walters on
left
the
for
bench.
free. The one we had, we sold. Balogun.
Mm.
That's the question. That's what should have been there. Why is Balogun not at this club? That's what should have been. Oh, well, it doesn't matter, man. We've got his Pinketti. He's going banana peel his way. He's going a banana in the tailpipe his way to the scoring title or whatever. But
Matt,
no.
bro, I need.
The
Bro,
manager
sorry,
has to- yeah.
I need to inject that Walters player on the bench. Has anyone actually seen him play?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Static. You look at the bench, and this young fella that Arteta brought in last year for that was 15 or whatever, hadn't seen him.
Waneri.
Waneri. Hadn't seen him
Nowhere
since.
to be found.
Maybe during the summer. Maybe the summer. That's it.
Boys, I need to
No.
say this. That was 100% a PR stunt. I don't care what anyone says because I waited. I had to bite my tongue until the end of last season to see if he'll play again. And I was right. I knew it was a PR stunt when he came on the last 1 to 5 minutes when we won 3-0 away against Brentford last season in the league.
Yeah.
I knew it was going to be a PR stunt.
He was
I never
he
saw
was
him
on the
again.
bench.
Unless-
He was on the bench in the Champions League game. Why hasn't he played? Do you know why Manchester City, is such a great club? It's not even with all these trophies that they. Even I'm talking of Pep Guardiola. He has developed players. Look at
Oh,
Rico
yeah.
Lewis. He's turned that guy into a winner. He turned him into a Champions League winner,
Tony.
Premiership winner, FA Cup winner, three-peat winner. Because he knows how to develop a
Even young
player
players.
that's even very young. Look at Palmer,
Yeah.
and they sold him to Chelsea.
But
And
for
look at
top
what
dollar.
Palmer is doing for
Boys,
Top
Chelsea.
dollar.
He's even the
look
highest
at
goal scorer down there.
look at Rico Lewis right now and this Oscar Bob that's playing.
Oscar
This.
Bob. Hey there,
That's
Oscar
actually a nice
Bob.
name, actually.
Yeah,
Doku,
no,
Oscar
just
Bob.
think about that, Oscar Bob. I mean,
Doku,
go ahead, Darren. I'm sorry, Darren. Go ahead.
Doku, he don't look the ready-made thing now, but Doku, the bloke from Frankfurt, he looks like in a couple of seasons he's going to be a proper.
Darren, sorry to interrupt, bro. He came from Rennes.
Was it
France?
Rennes?
Last season.
If
Anyway,
he
go
was,
on.
if they was to put him on the open market next year, Real Madrid or Barca would come in there to swoop in with top dollar. If he played for Arsenal, we'd get probably 12 million for him.
Yeah. What
And
is 12? He might probably leave on the free.
On the I'm gonna say
Is
this.
that surprising? Is that
I'm
surprising?
gonna say this. And
Come on.
we'll get ready
The
to
proof
run
is
it
in
off.
the proof is in the pudding.
I'm gonna say something real heavy tonight, Tony. Since you said that, something popped in my head, so I'm gonna say this leave y'all something real heavy to think on this weekend as we get ready to move into these final stages of the Champions League and we get ready for these December fixtures here. It wouldn't surprise me that after this year, if we don't do anything, if we stumble out of the blocks again, we drop a stinker, we don't do anything, we out of the cups, and we get knocked out the round of 16. It wouldn't surprise me if Saka decides he wants to put in a transfer request and get on out of here going over the city. And I want people to realize we're getting to that stage now with some of these players where they've been here for a while.
Mm.
And they're not going to want to waste their best years on a lie.
Yeah.
Matt, can I say a couple of things?
And why you saying it? Tell everybody where they can find you at, brother.
Well, everyone, you can find me on Instagram, static__5. You can also find me on Matt's channel and anywhere within the Arsenal community. I'll be in live chat. If you see me, just come say hello and I'll do my best to respond. I need to say a couple of things. First of all, Tony, I need to respond to what you said. Look, listen, the three of us, or all of us, we're all positive Arsenal fans. So, but people love to twist things for how we say, how we think, and how we like to present ourselves and conduct ourselves. But I of course am, like you, positive Arsenal fan. I want Arsenal to win trophies. I've been saying I've been banging this drum for years that I want Arsenal to win major trophies every year. So if that makes me negative, then this world is seriously screwed. Also, when everyone will know that we faced Monaco, I remember the excuses I saw on social media. Oh, it's an easy tie. Oh, we'll get past Monaco. Not a problem. Oh, look what happened. We got knocked out to them. So listen, ever since that day we got knocked out by Monaco, I've never underestimated anyone. So anyone out there that thinks, oh, we should get Copenhagen. Oh, that'll be easy. It's not a problem. I just want to point out to everyone, remember what happened against Monaco. Yeah. So my message is never underestimate any opponent, no matter how good or how bad they are. You will get knocked out by them if you don't.
I think Schalke
play your
did
A
us one
game.
year as well.
Schalke, in the group stages, in the group stages.
Or was it
We
in
never
the
faced-
second round? Was it second round they done us?
Maybe years ago.
It was the second round. I think it was the second round. We got turned over by them.
Yeah. I also want to say, boys, since we're playing Brighton this weekend, do you mind if I say a few facts to you guys?
Yep, go ahead, brother. I know it's for some heavy ones. 'Cause I know about the fixtures.
There's quite a few heavy ones here. I'm reading right now as I'm looking at my phone, just looking down right. First of all, Arsenal have lost their last 3 home games against Brighton in all competitions. It's only against Man City, 7 between 2018 and this year, have they lost more consecutive games at the Emirates. And Brighton have won 4 of their 7 away games against Arsenal at the Emirates. It's their highest win rate, 57% of any visiting English side at the ground since it opened in 2006. The Emirates. Oh my God. But there is, I guess. So I'm just looking at this other one. Hold on a second, guys. There's one positive, which all Arsenal fans of live chat will like. Since losing 3-0 to Brighton in May, and this is to everyone, since we lost to Brighton 3-0 at home in May, Arsenal are actually unbeaten in 12 home games in all competitions. So 10 wins, 2 draws, scoring at least twice in 11 of those matches. So that's one positive out of what, 3, 4?
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's it from me, boys.
Tony, tell everybody where they can find you, brother.
So yeah, guys, it's always a honor, mostly when I have Matty down here and Darren. Guys, it's a honor to be with Darren all the time. If you've not, watched his Instagram vlogs he normally does, guys, just take time out, go watch some of his videos. You might learn 1 or 2 things. I'm not saying I totally agree with everything, totally, but it's a
You
good
won't.
watch. Yeah,
Not
definitely.
with me.
Go there. You would learn. At least you would learn something.
You'll get
Darren,
some music
enough
history
respect
too.
to you, sir.
It's definitely entertaining.
Always a honor being with you around here. Mostly when I can get you to the end of a show, because normally you don't stay to the end. So it's good to have a
No.
topic you,
Yeah,
try
I
to
know.
Darren, and of course my brother Static Man. Always nice to have you on, and of course we've talked
Likewise.
backstage before. Great discussions with you, mostly about Arsenal. So yeah, guys, you can catch me on Tony Cloud Gunner TV or on an Arsenal channel. I sample views, so which means that I respect everyone's views, definitely. So call yourself any kind of fan, no problem. Come up to the channel, come support, throw out your opinions out there. No one's opinion is useless. No one's opinion is trash. Just come, let's have a talk. Let's have a reasonable discussion. And if you're an Arsenal fan, this is the time. We need you. Your voice should be lent to actually pushing this football club to win trophies. So rather than spreading lies and disinformation out there, let's push this football club, to get back to the position that it once was in. This is the time we need to be pushing this manager, not glossing them over. We need to push them. Let them go. Let them go get a striker. Let them go get a midfielder. Let them go and get a right-footed central defender. Because if William Saliba drops right now, no one, I've not heard anyone talking about this. If Saliba drops, and that was what happened last season, and we dropped the ball.
Yeah.
No one.
I think Tony's frozen.
He froze, but he's spot on with that. Yeah, if
Can I
he
just
go-
say quickly?
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt, Matt. I apologize, bro. I just want to say thank you for having me on again. It's an absolute honor and a privilege. Darren, it's really good to work with you again. I always love working with you, bro. Tony, it's been an honor to work with you, and big up to
Thanks,
everyone in live chat. And Tony, it's back to you because you got cut off there.
Yeah, exactly. So thank you, everyone, and thank you, Darren. Thank you, Matt, for also allowing me here.
Yeah. Always good to have you on, brother. Always good to have you, Darren. Always good to see you, brother. Tell everybody where they can find you, man, and get some of that music, some of that classic '80s music lessons, man.
I love that, by the way.
Yeah, it's
2468, baby.
if you're feeling brave, it's Darren Sullivan 49 on Insta. Matt, Static, Tony, you're all quality Arsenal fans as far as I'm concerned.
Thank you, bro.
I wouldn't be wasting my time here with you now if I thought you were in favour of Arteta, let's say.
No.
I don't know. But yeah, sorry if I pushed that a little bit, Tony, but yeah, I'm sure you know where I'm coming from. Brilliant show.
Yeah.
Love doing these, love being on these. I can't do as many as I like or stick around as much as I like because, I sort of push the boat out of various stuff away from football. So, yeah, brilliant. Keep up the tough love for Arsenal Football Club because that's what's going to get us trophies in the cabinet, not delusion. So keep following Tony Claw Gunner, Static, and Matt. Keep listening. Keep thinking about what we're saying. Come around to our way of thinking. You know it makes sense. It's going to happen, as Matt keeps saying. It's coming. The collapse is coming.
It's coming.
And when the collapse
It's
is coming,
coming.
we're relying on you to tell the truth. Your football club needs you. It's not what the club can do for you. It's what you can do for your football club.
Yep. I think we're gonna start calling these shows, these panelists. I've got a name I was thinking about it today, fellas. I think we're gonna start calling this a common sense approach to Arsenal. That's the name of the podcast.
I like that. I
A
actually like
common
that.
sense approach to Arsenal.
I was going to say sledgehammers, but yeah, that works.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we want to say thank you for tuning in. Make sure you hit that like, share, subscribe. Make sure you follow all of these lovely gentlemen. We want you to have a good weekend. Prepare yourself for Heart Attack City on Sunday. Before we go, let's go around the table right quick. Darren, what's your score for Sunday?
Sunday, Arsenal 1, Brighton 2.
Tony, your score? Draw. Go ahead and say a draw. Just go ahead and say a draw. What?
Well, I, to be very sincere, I think Arsenal will be beaten. I think we'll be beaten 3-1. I'm sorry. I don't see us beating Brighton. It might be one of those days again. I don't know.
Static?
Well, after reading all that statistics to you boys, I'm not confident at all. So I'm going to say... Actually, you actually said my prediction, 1-1.
And I would say 2-1 to Brighton. We'll see you all soon. Get ready. The collapse is upon us. We're out.